And well, hello there folks, welcome back to RGB TV, where tonight we're gonna look at Stork against Burgersasu in a revenge best of set. Because the previous time, one of these two players lost. I'm not gonna say who it was, because I want you to watch that video between Stork and Burgersasu. But if you watch the video, you know who lost the previous fight, the previous battle. And the loser now wants to take revenge on the other. Stork against Burgersasu, a StarCraft legend in Stork, and a fastest map legend in Burgersasu. How are they gonna play this? What's gonna happen? I'm kinda excited. So join me for this ride alongside me. I'm gonna be in the driver's seat, you're gonna be in the passenger seat, and I'm gonna take you along with me on this joyful ride of Stork here on the barcode 1. Username on the magenta pink Protoss, and your Burgersasu on the pale green Zerg right below him. It is going to be a close proximity fight. I'm pretty damn sure these two players are going to deliver us a pretty damn good and entertaining fight. Stork has already shown that he's a pretty damn good player on fastest. I mean, he's an amazing player on the normal maps, and most of the times when you have a player as good as Stork on the normal maps, they're going to be pretty damn good on the fastest map as well. It does take a little bit of time for normal map players to adjust to the differences that you have compared between the two maps. It does take some time. The fastest map build orders are more specific to, I mean, both maps have very specific build orders relatively to the map that they're playing on. So fastest map has a lot of builds that are unique to fastest map. I don't want to say they have their own build orders. I guess they do. Not quite sure how I'm going to frame this or say this, but both maps have their own build orders. I think that's the best way to say it. And unless you have encountered those build orders on those respective specific maps, you're not going to be entirely sure how to deal with them. But there also lies an advantage the pro players do have. They oftentimes have so much knowledge about the game that they figure out a way, one way or the other, they figure out a way to deal with the things they encounter on the fastest map. But it does take a little bit of experience and a little bit of time to learn what to expect and what your opponent will do. The Stork there doing a little bit of dancing around the pool. It's the pool dance. I mean, he's just dancing around the pool. He's just having fun right here. He's literally dancing around the pool. Zerglings are coming out there from Burgersasu. Gonna protect that choke. He doesn't quite know where Stork is on the map yet, but he's got the overlord there in the front, so he sees the Zealot there marching across, sees the Sunkens morphing in the front, and decides not to attack just yet. He's gonna wait here first and get a couple more Zealots before he decides to attack there on this choke. Burgersasu moving the Overlord into Stork's base there to see what Stork is doing. Stork is going for a triple gateway forge build order. I'd say that's more so a public team play build order for 2v2 and 3v3 and much less for 1v1, but it does give you the opportunity and the chance to maybe go for a Zealot rush on a choke that is underdeveloped, like this choke right here. You could argue that it's underdeveloped. You could argue it is underdeveloped, but it should be able to deal with 6 Zealots. So I don't think Stork is going to go in, because Stork also knows that 3 Sunkens and a lot of Zerglings are not a combination you can kill and defeat with these Zealots in the front at the moment. Burgersasu going for an extremely fast gas. Extremely fast gas. You got the Overlord there coming across, and it's going to scout the base there for Stork, who now has a +1 Nexus on the way. Supply stuck for a little bit. Got a Cybercore warping in as well. Zealots are returning back home. They want none of this fight here in the front. Way too many Sunkens. Burgersasu's gonna go for a very fast Hydralisk Den. And I don't think that's really going to work out too well, because Stork can see that Hydralisk Den. And the power of a fast Hydralisk Den more or less lies in the surprise factor. But there's not going to be a surprise here. There's not going to be a surprise from Burgersasu or Stork. So now a lot more zealots. I think we've got about 12 there in the middle. These 12, with those 12 zealots, he can break through, but he cannot kill the choke. Breaking through opens up the opportunity to maybe go for an attack on the drones in the back, but I don't think that's worth it. And I think Stork knows that as well. It's not worth trying to break through. Also, just to say this, Burgersasu is sunkening up that choke really, really hard. Really hard. It's a lot of sunkens. So 4th hatchet now coming out in the back there for Burgersasu. We have more zealot production there from Stork, getting 3 more gateways. Also getting a Citadel of a Dune. And there is... Wait, that's 2 more gateways, and that's a robotics. That's a robotics facility. So fast robotics, might go for Reaver shuttle, might go for High Templar shuttle. I'm honestly not too sure what he's going to do. Most of the times with these normal map professionals who have not yet played a whole lot of fastest, I honestly usually don't really know what they're going to do. Like when they have more experience, I kind of know what they're going to do because they start following the build orders that everyone else uses. But in this case, I simply have no idea. That's a lot of zealots though. That's a lot of zealots. He's got 74 supply pretty early into the game. He's getting a support bay as well, getting zealot speed, getting dragoon range, and level 1 attack. He's mining gas from triple assimilator. And he's now filling out the remaining 2. And more hatchers on the way there from Burgersasu. He got that Hylisk then very, very quick. But then he chickened out of getting any Hydras because he scouted Stork's base. And after scouting Stork's base, he realized that 1, I'm not going to be able to break through with those Hydras. And 2, this Stork can't break through my choke. And if Stork cannot break through my choke, I can delay my Hydralisks and go for more hatcheries instead, which is what he did. He got more hatcheries instead of getting early Hydras. So 6:30 in, we got the Hydras on the map and Zerglings there as well, and Zealots are getting shuttled over across the wall by Stork. Zealots are fighting those Hydras and Zerglings. More Zealots are arriving on the scene. He's got a whole lot more standing and waiting behind the walls. He's building a Reaver at the same time. Upgrades will soon be finished up there, level 1 attack and speed. That's going to be troublesome for Burgersasu. He's microing pretty well at the moment. Doing a pretty good job microing backwards. Also, I got to turn down the game's sound a little bit. Just a little bit. Turn down the game a little bit. It's a little bit loud. So he goes back in with even more Zealots. Level 1 attack finished up. Most speed finished up. Level 1 attack still has about 5 more seconds. He's losing a lot of Zealots, but he's pushing those Hydralisks away to allow him to pick up the Reaver that I think he just picked it up. He's going to try to fly around, but there's overlap there in the top side of that choke point. So Burgersasu should have seen it, but there's a chance he did not. When you're fighting Zealots with Hydras, when you're microing, sometimes you can miss what's happening on the map. Even though something flies through vision, you can still not see it when you're so occupied defending yourself from an attack. So Burgersasu does not have a lot of drones yet. He was forced to make a lot of Hydralisks to defend against that shuttle transport. He's got Hydralisks on the bottom and the top side there though. So this should give him the opportunity to go for a lot of drones. Reaver unloading. Reaver's going to try to shoot. Reaver's shuttle gets taken down. Reaver as well. Stork cannot find his way into the backside. Drones, stay alive, stay safe. And now that means Burgersasu, with a pretty strong fortified choke, a lot of hatcheries as well. He's got 7 hatcheries in the back, 1 in the front. He can use this time frame right now where Stork is building, I hope, another shuttle drop. Maybe a frontal attack. I'm not sure what he's going to do here. He's getting a lot of High Templars, but I don't see a shuttle in production. Getting a second robo as well. Getting 2 more robos as well. I'm not sure what he's going to do specifically though, but I can somewhat guess. But this is a perfect time for Burgersasu to make more drones. He's already from 24 up to 41, right? So he's been droning up a lot, and I think he's going to get a whole lot more drones. Just that when that first drop fails and you have 24 Hydralisks to cover the bottom and the top paths for shuttles to fly in from, you have a lot of free time to get a couple more drones because you don't need a whole lot more Hydralisks to defend against the next 2 or 3 drops. You can do that just fine with about 2 groups, maybe 3 groups of Hydralisks. Now massive army from Stork entering the middle. He's got 58 probes on 50 supply and level 1 attack for every single gateway unit. Speed in the mix as well. He's getting armor level 1. He's getting attack level 2 getting air attacks as well, and getting scarab damage upgrade. And finally also getting some shuttles, but no drops on the map at the moment. So big armies enter the middle. Burgersasu adding a couple more Sunkens to the front. There's a lot of Sunkens there. I count about, say, 14. I'm just guessing. 14? And yeah, I think that's going to be 14 Sunkens in the front. Stork goes in with the attack, level 1 attack on those gateway units. There's only 3... Oh, Great Storm there on the back. Not a whole lot of Hydralisks here in the front. Burgersasu is going to keep them in the back for now and slowly send them in to assist those Sunkens in killing that gateway mass. Most of the gateway mass here is going down though. Gateway mass attacks on the front door, usually not very effective. He does kill 5 Sunkens, but loses a whole lot more of his gateway units. Got a Reaver there on the front, taking down the last couple remaining Sunkens that are still alive, but more Sunkens are being built. A lot of drones being pulled to the front. These are 56 drones now, and a lot of those drones are now being used to build more Sunkens. He's spreading them out a little bit, not going to build them in a clump, because clumped up Sunkens are pretty weak against Zealots and Reavers. If you spread them out, you can... there's no splash damage. Plus, the Zealots have to travel more distance to attack. Oh, drop comes in there. Burgersasu caught slipping. Drones are running away. Drones run away just in time, but he... Oh, no. Didn't run away in time. Massive hit. Loses a lot of drones. Hydras were sleeping on the side. And the drop sneaks through. This should give Stork an opportunity to go in with yet another drop. He's got triple robo. Like, if he just makes a lot of shuttles right now and starts attacking from this hillside, like he just shuttles units over across the hill, he can do some real damage. There's no reason to fight into this choke, into all these Sunkens and Lurkers in the front. There's no reason to attack that if you can just mass shuttle units across the hill while your opponent is rebuilding their economy. Burgersasu was on 21 drones, so back on 43, so he's recovering pretty quick with his economy, but all of his larvae are currently being used for more drones. There's no army being built or added on. He does have level 2 attack finished up there for those Dragoons, so his upgrades are coming in very, very fast. Another drop they're leaving over the bottom side, going to try to go in over the south. Follow attack happening as well. Observer in the air, detecting the Lurkers. Lurkers getting stormed. But there's so many Sunkens that the Dragoons are having trouble pushing forward. Although I'm saying he's having trouble pushing forward, but that is a lot of ground gain, a lot of Lurkers killed. Comes in with a drop over the bottom side, flies right into the Reaver, in the Hydralisks. Reaver unloads too early there though. Reaver cannot... Is there a Templar in there? No Templar in there. No Templar in there. He does kill a lot of Hydras here though. A lot of death Hydras. But didn't really achieve too much. That was like a distraction, an annoyance for Burgersasu, but not something that hurt him economically speaking. So for now he's still fine. Stork currently on about, I'd say, that's 6, 6, 12 gateways. I think that is pretty much the standard number of gateways you go for on a normal map. He might go for more, not sure what he's going to do. Getting triple Nexus added on there, getting Arbiter Tribunal, and that means he's going to get, of course, Stasis and Recall, or so I assume. Not too sure, but he's got some plans with advanced technology. He's getting Feedback and Maelstrom for Dark Archons. He's pretty much just getting every single upgrade he can because he got more gas and money than he would ever have on a normal map. He's got so much money coming in, he's just like, I can buy anything I want. Here comes the frontal attack. Observer gets taken down. Observer going down. Pretty damn important. Because now that one Lurker there is going to protect the top side. Shuttle drop comes in. And it goes out. Goes in, it goes out. Honestly, I think Stork has the chance to try and break through this bottom section and ignore the Lurker on the top side. I think he had a real shot at doing that. But maybe he felt he didn't have enough units, but his upgrades are so damn good, I think he could have done it. Although Burgersasu already on 1-1 for his Hydras, so yeah, Burgersasu also in a pretty good spot with his upgrades now, feels rich enough and safe enough to get a total of 5 more hatcheries, in addition to the 7 he already has, so he's gonna start growing stronger. Drop comes in. Ooh, both drops there get taken down, no Templars on low, drones stay alive yet again. Burgersasu is playing with more focus than earlier. He's not going to let a single shuttle ever slip through again. And I hope that by me saying that I don't ruin it, and that a shuttle slips right through. Let's hope it doesn't happen. So Lurkers being put there in the back. to protect against drops. You got a Queen's Nest for a hive. Both Evo Chambers are getting level 2 upgrades for Carapace and attack for the Hydras. Double Dark Archon there as well. Reavers marching to the front slowly. We've got a Arbiter proxy base. Maybe gonna build Corsairs here as well. He's in 75 probes. Stork probed up really well. He probed up really well. He just needs more gateways. He just needs a couple more gateways. He does not have a lot of production. But I'm kind of curious to see what can he do with all this production capacity he has. Also, something else that shows that Stork has one little detail he doesn't know about, and that's when you build a cannon next to a gateway like this, the Dragoons get stuck right here as they spawn, because there's nowhere else for them to spawn. More importantly though, frontal attack happening, Reavers pushing through slowly. Sunken's around the corner being a bitch. Sunken's around the corner being a bitch. Giving him some trouble there. I mean, Reavers have trouble shooting around those corners. It's just the way the game works. They have trouble shooting around those corners. That is why he builds those Sunkens exactly around the corners, to make it harder for the... Look at them, the Reavers cannot shoot on the bottom Sunkens from here. They have to crawl closer. Even though these Sunkens are within their range, they just cannot shoot on them. It trips them up, it trips them out. Takes out both the Reavers, and now Stork looks to be at a point where he isn't quite sure how to progress this game. He looks a little bit unsure. At this point in the game, you can honestly, you can afford to just attack with this gateway army non-stop. Just make a gateway army, send it and attack the front, and make another one. But he only has 12, now 13 gateways, so maybe that might not work too well, even though that is an approach, a strategy you can honestly do. Just attack all the time, non-stop, attack that front, keep up the pressure, make sure the Zerg is not comfortable, make sure the Zerg is not growing like this. Just keep on attacking and keep on attacking. It's a viable strategy and it's a good one. But Stork might not know. Stork is looking for a proxy hatchery or maybe a proxy nidus. That's something Burgersasu likes to do. He gets like a proxy nidus, sends over some overlords, and then picks up units he sends across and goes for an overlord mass drop. Something I've seen him do a whole lot. So now carry capacity. Air armor, air attack, level 3 attack there, finish for Dragoons, level 3 armor on the way, level 1 shield is also on the way, getting stasis in addition to that. But at the moment, not attacking. Stork is thinking, brainstorming, on how to break the Burgersasu, who now has 10 hatcheries on the bottom, and another 6 on the top, so that's 16, and one there is the main, so 17 hatcheries in total. And he's getting all of the advanced technology Zerg has to offer. Arbiter is coming in, and he goes for a recall. He's too far away to storm on the drones there, though. Forced to recall a little bit early. The spores would have killed any observer if an observer was there. The lurks there on the top side of the gas are assisting in taking this down. So Stork has a good idea of... Like, Stork has formulated a pretty good plan, but it's lacking in the sense that it's not attacking Burgersasu frequently enough. Stork should be attacking a whole lot more non-stop. That is what breaks a Zerg. You give a Zerg too much time, kind of like this, and they just keep growing infinitely. There's no end to the growth of a Zerg. It's exponential growth. Once the Zerg hits a certain amount of speed and their growth, there's no stopping it. There's no stopping a Zerg that has grown beyond your ability to contain. Power unlimited. He's building a lot of cannons there on the top to protect his proxy carrier base. He's focusing on mostly upgrades, getting Archons as well. Reavers crawling to the front, and Burgersasu getting Guardians, getting air upgrades, getting Plague, getting Consume, getting Defilers, and he's attacking. He's attacking that cannon wall there that Stork is intending to use to keep Burgersasu from attacking him. But Guardians, with their range, their long range, are kind of ignoring the cannons as they take them down. Storm's coming in there from Stork, though, to try and push the Guardians away, and he does successfully so, but only for a little bit, because he decides to attack yet again. So Stork is more or less going to be forced to defend against Burgersasu's aggression, which wouldn't have been the case did he have more gateways. He's formulating a plan here in the middle, going for a max proxy robo for a mass reaver push through the front door, getting carriers as well here. Carriers, though, on fastest map against Zerg, I don't think they're that strong. I've played against carriers way too many times on fastest map with Zerg, and in my opinion, you've got Defiler, which can use Plague and Dark Swarm. You've got Queens, which can use Ensnare to slow those carriers down. It's easier to kill them as they cannot escape. And lastly, you got Devourers, and Devourers are amazing against carriers, makes them weak, reduces the damage. They kind of become useless. And Stork is making some carriers, not a lot. He's gonna go for Reaver High Templar. He's failing to push through. Hydralisks are saving the front, killing the Reavers. High Templars retreating to safety. Stork is brainstorming. I can see it in his play. He's brainstorming, not quite sure what to do here. He's trying to understand the situation. Burgersasu building a massive row of spores here on the top side of his base. More Guardians are on the way. A lot of workers around his hive, like more than earlier. His Hydralisk upgrades are already on 3-3. Guardians are on 1-1. Got the Dragoons there on 3-1-3. Level 2 shields on the way. The air upgrades are currently on something I can't see. Recall there on the bottom side. Most of it goes down pretty much immediately, though. There's just a lot of protection all around Burgersasu's base that Stork cannot really progress forward too much. He's given Burgersasu too much time. Cracking Burgersasu at this point is going to be very difficult. He's going to have to use Storm Drops. Storm Drops to make sure that every unit Burgersasu loses, he cannot replace them because he doesn't have money. Because that money is going towards drones. But at the moment, all the money he has coming into his bank is all going towards units to attack with. And he's slowly peeling away at this cannon layer, this protective barrier that Stork is using to keep Burgersasu away. Another recall there into the base, but the top side, a lot of Sunkers there though. Got a High Templar and Archon there in the mix as well to assist and storm units, but Burgersasu, I think he knows that he doesn't really have to move his units for this. Because the Sunkens will take care of it. Losing those Sunkens, he doesn't care about them. Because a mass overload drop is coming in. There's Stasis, Maelstrom, but no High Templars. High Templars are coming in from the bottom side there. Overlord stuck in Maelstrom, got killed by the cannons, but the Overlord stuck in Stasis are still alive, but Mass Templar there on the scene, ready to take them all out of the air. The Guardians got killed there by Templar Storms as well. They got Maelstrom by the same Dark Archon. Dark Archon there with beautiful moves. But what is Stork gonna do now? More carriers are on the way. Carriers almost on 2-2 upgrades and will soon be on 3-3. He's waiting for those Overlords to unfreeze and take them all down. Maybe he's gonna go for another Maelstrom with the Dark Archon. Dark Archon is having trouble staying on the scene there though. Might not have enough energy. Unloads. Workers unloading. Stork couldn't storm them in time. Lurker on the scene. 2 Lurkers on the scene and Hydralisk in the mix as well. Stork is having trouble getting on top of those Lurkers. Losing his probes, but he has so many probes and Nexuses that I don't think he cares too much. But he might lose the Nexus there. Nexus is getting attacked. Nexus is burning from the Plague. Burgersasu is kind of just attacking whatever he can because he's breaking into the middle instead. He doesn't care about the main anymore. He killed the probes. That's all he had to do. So now he's breaking into the middle and making sure those Reavers are never going to spawn from those Robos. Burgersasu is ahead of the curve. And yeah, that Nexus took some heavy damage from that Plague. Storms finally coming down all around. Another Plague coming down there to protect the Lurkers. The Lurkers are still free. They're frozen, but they're breaking free. Well, the Archons are there cleaning it up. Now the middle is under heavy siege by Burgersasu. The swarm is breaking, flooding the middle. We've got Templars there on the side trying to storm those swarmy Zergs to death. But there's so many of them. that it might be just a little bit too late. Just not enough gateways. One drop managed to hit, but after that, not a single drop hit. Great Maelstrom. Well, that is going to make a pretty picture. So I'm going to go back later on and make a picture of that for the thumbnail. Maelstrom just looks so damn pretty. So the other carriers coming in from the side with their, I hope, and I think 2-2 upgrades. 3-2-3. Excuse me, I was wrong. I'm going to try to clear this out, but there's Defilers on the map. Defiler going to come over very soon. Lost his Nexus in the process, so the Nexus did go down in the end. He has probes on the gas, but no probes. Well, he's got some probes on the minerals there at his proxy base. He's trying to defend this mass Hydra attack with the carriers. He's got about, how many of them? 10 of them, 11, 12 carriers at the moment. Carriers are successfully defending. Some Dark Templars on the low ground in the mix. I mean, there's so many Hydralisks there, though. Carriers, Interceptors die pretty quick to attack move Hydralisk. It's difficult to defend this. You need something on the ground like Reavers or High Templars to assist. Scourge is coming in to take down the carriers. Carriers are migrating to the proxy base. He's rebuilding at the proxy base. He's got so many cannons and so many nexuses here on the proxy base. He should be and might be able to rebuild and recover. But his main base is getting blown apart, getting absolutely flooded by this Zerg mass. Hydras, Zerglings, Guardians, everything you want, you've got it. But it's all in the wrong place. It's all in Stork's base. The wrong place. He's trying to recover. Mass Corsair. Mass Carrier. Do we have the fighters? No. Oh yes, we do. We got Filer, Mass Scourge as well, coming in. There's the Plague. Scourge is coming in. Scourge is going down, but the Plagues hit him massively hard. High Templar storming from across the wall. Killing the Hydras. But the carriers are pretty damn hurt. Plague really hurts. Now they're getting target fired. Scourge is coming in from the bottom side. Corsa is trying to protect them, and they kind of do. They kind of protect the carriers pretty well. Now pushing forward, marching on and on and on towards the backside. We got the Varus being morphed. They're on the way. Course in the air, getting taken down there by the Hydras. Carriers trying to make their escape as they're getting target fired by the Hydras. And they do make their escape just in time. Now they're going to hang on the side. But now the Varus are going to finish morphing. When the Varus enter the mix, the Corsairs and Carriers are going to lose their value. They're going to not be very effective. The Varus are just MVPs in countering anything that flies on the fastest map. They're pretty damn good at specifically countering Carriers, Corsairs, Valkyries, and Raids, you name it. The Varus got it taken care of. And now huge hit there on those carriers. Corsairs coming just in time to save the remaining carriers, but the Varus are on the hunt. And the main base now under attack by Hydras. Well, the new main base. The old main base got taken down, so this is the new main base for Stork. Only got 32 probes, and he's burning through money. He's got some scouts as well. He's just getting everything that flies at this point. More carriers on the way. Carriers coming from the bottom to the top side, and they're going to get intercepted by Scourge. They're on the hunt. How many are going to go down? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All of them go down with the very last Scourge hitting the very final last hit. So this game turned pretty wild there at the end. Burgersasu is taking care of the carriers pretty damn easily. He knows what he's got to do to take care of them, and Stork is caught by surprise. Not once, not twice, but thrice this game. You might even say 4 times. He's just been getting caught by surprise, not knowing what's hitting him, not sure how to deal with it. Pretty much the entire game. So we got scouts, disruption webs, we got the Var goo on the air units, we've got a lot of stuff, and that's the end. And you look at this massive stream of units from Burgersasu's base. It's a never-ending stream of Zerglings, Hydralisks, Lurkers, and mostly Hydralisks, and more Hydralisks, Devourers, and Overlords. It's pretty much everything except Guardians at this point. The Guardians have all been taken down, but they did serve their purpose in breaking through this big cannon section that Stork used to have earlier in the game. Anyway, that's it for today. That's game number 1 between Stork and Burgersasu. Stork couldn't quite take the victory this time. Couldn't quite take the victory. Wasn't quite sure what to do. And I mean, most players are unable to crack the code of how to beat the Burgersasu, so nothing against Stork there. But Stork did seem lost a couple of times. And with that for today, hope you enjoyed the game. I'm gonna be coming out with more Stork against Burgersasu this week. It's what's on the menu for this week. So sit tight, and I'll be returning very, very soon. Have a good week.